Hello, Monsieur Porrazo.
Hi, Pecas.
My mom let my grandma cook yesterday. She prepared this terrible soup. Normally, my mom is the one that cooks regular food. Grandma's ability in the kitchen are limited to baking. Her cookies and her cakes are pretty decent, but she has no business making soup.
Ah, that bad, huh?
The problem was that if I didn't finish my soup, I couldn't have dessert.
So, did you eat it?
I had no other option.
I have a soup story.
When I was your age... Oh, sorry. You always start your chats with when I was your age. I was just preparing the way. Please, continue.
Okay. When I was your age, I was about 7 or 9 years old. I was a horrible kid. I used to be an extremely picky eater when dinner time would come around. No matter what my mom would give me, I would find something I didn't like unless it was mainly carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates?
Carbohydrates. Anything containing flour, like bread, cookies, pizza, donuts, pasta, etc. All of these things that taste great but are not really healthy. Well, my mom once made us watch a documentary of starving children in Africa. The video was very sad and featured kids that were almost bones. In the video, the host talked about how many kids die every day of starvation in that side of the world. We could see in the video these kids living in terrible poverty conditions. My siblings and I cried, and then my mom started to use that against us. Every time we would give her a hard time not wanting to eat what she cooked for us, well, it was mostly me. Then she would use her famous phrase as a casting spell on us. She would say, "Do you know how many starving kids in Africa would wish they had what you are rejecting?" And then, somehow, we would find extra strength and willpower to finish whatever concoction of food was in front of us. I recognized I was a very difficult kid. I was horrible. I appreciate mom's patience and determination to have me eat healthy and even when I was so difficult to please. But there was this one time that mom made this lentil soup with all kinds of vegetables and jugs of meat with nerves and lumps of fat. Through the eyes of a picky kid, that soup was plain torture. My siblings and my dad finished eating and only I remained seated at the table. You won't get off from that seat until you finish your soup. Your body needs it in order to grow healthy and strong. And an hour or two would pass, and then the cold soup tasted even worse. The cold soup developed a film of fat at the top. All I could think was, this looks like chunky diarrhea. My mom finished washing the dishes and sweeping the floor. Then, calmly, she took off her apron and sat next to me. She looked straight in my eyes and put her hand in my right shoulder. She put a sad face and told me, "Do you know how many starving kids in Africa wish they could eat what you are rejecting?" In my mind, all I could think was, enough! Not this time, Mom. I made myself produce tears in my eyes to make my strategy more convincing. As I started to stand up, I made myself cry, lifted the bowl of soup and placed it in front of my mom. "You are right, Mom," I said. "Please, send this bowl of soup to them. They need it more than I do." Please leave a comment and subscribe.
And click on the alert bell so we can tell you when new animations come up.